Video games are one of the most popular forms of entertainment worldwide, generating billions of dollars annually and influencing global culture. But how did it all begin? How did we go from simple games with rudimentary graphics to ultra-realistic and immersive experiences? The history of video games began in the 1950s when scientists started experimenting with interactive simulations on massive computers. One of the first known games was Tennis for Two, created in 1958 by physicist William Higginbotham. A few years later, in 1962, a group of MIT students developed Space War, a space battle game that ran on a PDP-1 computer. This game was not commercially available, but it influenced the emerging gaming industry. The real revolution, however, came in 1972 when Nolan Bushnell founded Atari and released Pong, a simple table tennis game that became a massive success and helped popularize arcades. With the success of Pong, many companies entered the video game market. In the 1970s, the first home consoles emerged, such as the Magnavox Odyssey and the Atari 2600, allowing people to play without going to arcades. During the early 1980s, the industry grew rapidly, but this uncontrolled expansion led to problems. In 1983, the video game market in the United States collapsed in what became known as the video game crash. The quality of games dropped dramatically, and the market was flooded with poorly made titles, such as the infamous E.T., the extraterrestrial for the Atari 2600, considered one of the worst games in history. As consumer confidence declined, many companies went bankrupt, and it seemed like the era of video games was coming to an end. What saved the industry was the arrival of Nintendo and its iconic Nintendo Entertainment System, NES, in 1985. With high-quality games like Super Mario Bros., Nintendo revitalized the market and established standards still followed today. In the 1990s, the rivalry between Nintendo and Sega led to the golden age of 16-bit consoles. With advancing technology, the 1990s also marked the transition from 2D to 3D games. The release of the PlayStation in 1994 changed everything, bringing polygonal graphics and cinematic experiences. Meanwhile, Nintendo launched the Nintendo 64, which introduced classics like Super Mario 64 and The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. In the 2000s, Microsoft entered the market with the Xbox. Competition between Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo shaped the modern industry. The PlayStation 2, launched in 2000, became the best-selling console of all time, while the Xbox popularized online gaming with Xbox Live. Nintendo, on the other hand, innovated with the Wii, bringing motion controls and attracting a new audience. In recent years, video games have become even more immersive and accessible. The advancement of graphics, the rise of online gaming, and the arrival of streaming services like Xbox Cloud Gaming and PlayStation Now suggest a future where physical consoles may become obsolete. Additionally, virtual reality and artificial intelligence are revolutionizing how we play. From Tennis for Two to today's ultra-realistic games, the video game industry has come a long way. Video games have evolved from simple experiments to one of the largest industries in the world, impacting culture, entertainment, and even how we interact with technology. And this story is far from over.